At least one of yesterday's NFL draft choices was a little bit of a head scratcher for the Bucs. With all of the needs on this team, Tampa Bay drafted another quarterback in the third round. When defense was clearly the biggest question mark, the choice was a little surprising. Now today, there were no surprises. The Bucs definitely filled the biggest holes they had in the later rounds. The Bucs went big on the defensive line. 3 straight picks in rounds 4 and 5 addressed what was probably the Bucs' second most glaring point of need. Tampa Bay picked up Illinois defensive tackle Akeem Spence and Michigan State defensive end William Golston in the 4th round, and then in the 5th round, they picked up Buffalo defensive end Stephen Means. The Bucs then went offense with their only 6th-round pick, taking Miami Hurricanes running back Mike James. The guy I really like from this group is defensive end William Golston. You can see just how powerful he is rushing the passer. The Bucs definitely needed help alongside Gerald McCoy on the defensive line, and I think they might have it with this guy. He's a lot like Michael Bennett, who you remember left the Bucs in the offseason. Tampa Bay needs someone who can get into the backfield in a hurry, and with Golston on the line, that could become a strength for the Buccaneers. Now, the reason they went with running back in the 6th round, because they traded one away. Tampa Bay sent LeGarrette Blount to New England and got a 7th rounder and the rights to former Gators star running back Jeff Demps in return. Now, Blount did not play very much last season once rookie running back Doug Martin started showing some serious promise in Greg Schiano's new offense. Blount ran for just 151 yards and 2 touchdowns in 2012. In all, it was a pretty good year. The state of Florida sent 25 players to the NFL in this weekend's draft. The Seminoles led the way with 10 players drafted, followed by the Gators with 8. Miami and Florida International both had a pair of players taken, and 3 schools each had 1 draft pick. Florida State led the way with 3 first-round draft picks. Pretty impressive. And check this out from last night. The AAA affiliate of the Rays, the Durham Bulls, turn a triple play, 3rd to 2nd to 1st for 3. Check it out again. Great play around the horn. Tell you what, let's get some of these guys up here on the big club. What do you say about that, huh? Yeah, Rays and White Sox tonight. First pitch from Chicago is 8:05. Tampa Bay has actually homered in 12 straight games. That's 3 off the team record. But they're still 6 games behind the Red Sox in the AL East standings. Not so good. One thing's for sure, though, it's not this guy's fault. James Loney has been on fire at the plate over the past 10 games. Last night he doubled off Jake Peavy twice, and he has 5 doubles and 1 homer since April 17th. He's always been kind of considered a solid fielder, but I never expected to see this kind of streak with him at the bat. He was not someone the Rays were relying on to provide all this juice, but he has. Man, check out the surprising numbers here. In the last week and a half, raised his average from 242 to 358. He's leading the way with extra base hits, and the rest of the team is only hitting 234 in that stretch. So hopefully the rest of the Rays will watch Mr. Loaning during batting practice today and take a little bit of notes. Probably a good idea. You may have missed this unless you're a diehard golf nut like me, but it's incredible. Jian Tilong, 14-year-old amateur from China who made the cut at the Masters earlier this month. The only youngest player to ever do that in a PGA event. Well, he did it again. He entered today 3 under at the Zurich Classic in New Orleans. Again, he's 14 years old. At that age, I was worried about getting off the bench for JV basketball at Clearwater High. And for some perspective here, Tiger Woods needed 8 PGA tournament events to make a second cut, and he was much older than Guam. So some advice for you here. Don't rush it. I know you're an incredible player, but don't grow up too fast. I promise you, bills and responsibilities can wait. And for now, just enjoy being 14. The PGA Tour will still be here after you go on your first date, get your driver's license, and hopefully pass algebra. Yeah. Tonight, the Lightning's season finale. The season finally comes to a merciful end. They host Florida at 7:30. Remember, they struggled a bit after starting so hot. They fired their coach, hired a new one, missed out on the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. After this, John Cooper will get back to work trying to figure out how to get the Bolts back in the playoffs. Remember, just 2 years ago, they almost made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. That close, and 2 years later, they're out again. So.
All right, so the game is tonight, 7:30.
7:30.
A lot of people will be heading out there. Hopefully the weather will be okay and people will not have to duck any rain.
Yeah.